Hey guys, before you get into this video, I need you to do me a favor. Follow the coolest, sexiest guy on IG, trich_fitness. Yup.
Here's my poll question for this particular video. Do you think Chris Brown is in trouble and is addicted to drugs? No. Oh, I was too slow. My bad. Come through, Clementine. Come through. Okay, grab it. Come on. Right. Fuck him up. Oh. Push. You got to push. Hey, you got to push. Hey.
What's going on, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in to 8 Connection TV. Subscribe, baby. Also, check out my two new channels, 8 Connection TV 2 and ACTV Games. When you go through those channels, subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful person? You or people or persons who are deciding to watch 8 Connection TV because Wendy Williams is crying over Chris Brown and his drug addiction. I need you guys to do me a solid, click that like button and subscribe if you aren't already. So you know what I'm saying. Right. So, I was watching Wendy Williams, which I seem to do quite often now. She's more appealing to me for some reason. She's not as messy as she used to be in the past, or at least not of the videos that I've seen. And so, she's talking about, Chris Brown. We all know that Chris Brown is a downward spiral. At least he has been ever since the attack on Rihanna. I sound like I'm a newscaster. Breaking news. I've always been someone that's been in support of him and wanting him to be successful and wanting him to veer away from the negative stigma, the negative image that's placed on him anytime his name is in the headlines. When you deal with someone like this who's uber talented, fashioned himself to be kind of like the next Michael Jackson as far as entertainment status, as a man who can dance, sing, and act and do it all, you worry. And everyone's worried. Well, anyone that appreciates his talents and the fact that he's a human being. And so watching Wendy Williams talk about this story was very heartbreaking because, once again, she's not as messy as she used to be. She predominantly gives her opinion about stuff that's happening in entertainment, but she doesn't become crazy messy with it, and I'm appreciative of that now. So she's talking about Chris Brown, and she goes into say that there's this Billboard article of friends alleging that Chris Brown is really heavy into drugs. And she then goes into say it starts with cigarettes and it starts with pot, but apparently he's doing the lean, and the lean is cough syrup, and you drink cough syrup in a cup. Like, I don't understand what cough syrup, I don't know what the hell a lean is. So if you guys can, let me know that they drink it with in a red cup and that's the lean, and I don't know, it makes them, I don't know what it does. But then she also goes in to talk about the heavy stuff like, coke or whatever the allegations are saying. So Wendy Williams, thank you for this video. It really shows how human you are and how you can relate to what everyone is going through because you've been there. Wendy Williams is not a stranger of telling her own business, let alone telling you about someone else's, but I respect her more when she's able to bring in stuff that has happened in her past and she starts to cry. And I'll become a little bit sad by watching this because I'm like, wow, okay, I feel her. Not saying that this is the first time that Wendy Williams has cried over a guest and she's talking about a story or she's relating it to her life, but we're talking about Chris Brown, and then I immediately start to think of Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. No one really knows. But it's always related to drugs. Drugs are always somewhere in the forefront or the background when dealing with these abrupt deaths of our beautiful entertainers. Are we gonna get a story where Chris Brown is no longer with us? I don't want that to happen. I'm really hoping that it doesn't happen. You wonder why do they even go left when so many people are going right? Why do they even go left? I look at people like Monica. Monica seems to always go right. Her life is always on the right track. She's a family woman. She has a man. kind of like that great household, you know, and she's not in the headlines for anything dramatic unless it's dealing with Brandy, and that's not dramatic, that's just crap, you know what I'm saying? But every time you see or hear Monica, she looks well, you know, she looks really good, you know, and it's like people like that I would wish people would marry themselves after. You know, I've heard of rumors regarding Beyonce from another female R&B songstress some time ago, but I don't know, you don't see it. You don't see it, so you can't really believe it. There's things that I see in Chris Brown's behavior on social media and via Twitter and, you know, everything else that makes me believe that it is remotely possible. And you know, when you get to a superstar status and you have millions and millions of dollars at your disposal, you kind of become a Wyatt off of having the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? Where things are just given to you because you have the money. I can see it. Even in my little short stint of a YouTube lifestyle, where so many people have an opinion about you and your life, and you know, so many people get into your DMs and so many people want to like ride off your coattails. I think of someone like Chris Brown, who's way beyond a fucking YouTube, and I'm like, if I go through 2 issues in a day, I'm sure he goes through 1,000 issues in an hour. And it's just like, wow, how can someone constantly deal with that every day if they do not have, you know, childhood friends in their company 24/7? You know, Drake keeps a good group of hardcore childhood friends in his circle. I guess that's why he seems to stay together in our eyes, you know? But she then proceeds to talk about, you know, how it's because he doesn't have someone positive to look up to, doesn't have someone that he could respect. And you know, I think about when Tyrese spoke to him and when others have spoke to him, and I'm like, there's no one doing anything. But if you're at a position where you have that much power, you tend to not care if people are trying to do anything or not, or you push them away. And here's my message to anyone out there, because I've been around it. I've been around it and I've seen it in my family. And I've experienced a little bit of the limelight, so to speak. Very dim, but it's a light nonetheless. You have to, like Wendy Williams said, you have to find strength in yourself. It has to be within yourself first before anyone can like reel you out of it. And if you don't find it in yourself, it's gonna be difficult for anyone to tell you anything. It's like, imagine when you're in a relationship, right? You're in love with this guy or female and you think that you're gonna be together for forever. Right? But then your friend comes along who's gone through heartache and pain in a relationship, has that experience, and they want to relate and share that experiences with you because they find out that your boyfriend or girlfriend is out doing extracurricular things. So they tell you this. Typically 7 to 8 times out of 10, you're not really going to believe the hype and you're going to trust in this love because you're in love and you've never been wrong before. So it's very hard for your friend to get it through your head that there's something awry, right? Until you find out for yourself, until you gain that experience yourself, you're then gonna realize, oh, my friend was right. Oh, wait, maybe I should calm down and slow down a bit, you know? So I kind of think that's what Chris Brown is going. He's trying to find himself. Not only is he, you know, I've heard of the things about him being bipolar and not taking his bipolar medicine or whatever the case may be. That's a whole nother beast. But when you're used to getting the pussy you want, getting the weed you want, getting the drugs you want, flaunting the money like it ain't nothing, no chicken wing but a thing, ain't nothing but chicken wing, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, why care, you know? And these allegations about him being so intensely in love and obsessed with Karrueche Tran, I don't know, I don't understand why. What does Karrueche do for him to make him so obsessed? Or maybe it's a situation where he's like, he doesn't want another failed attempt at a relationship after Rihanna. Maybe Karrueche Tran really seemed to have understood him and allowed him to be himself, or allowed him to be a different way that no one else, even his friends, allows him to be. I'm very curious. I'm very extremely curious, but I'll say this. I hope and pray that Chris Brown is not in trouble. And Chris Brown definitely responded to Wendy's video by saying, wow, Wendy. But I hope that he's okay, and I hope he can find it within himself to definitely be there for his daughter. You know, he's on video already saying that everything's fine and he's not worried and he's not stressed and he's not whatever. But for someone to put a lifetime restraining order against you, that's problematic. There's a lot going on, Chris, and I just hope that you find it within your soul and your heart to forgive yourself and to instill peace into your own life, because I'm worried for him. I really am. I really hope 2017 is a progressive year for him, and one where he can elevate and not deflate himself, you know, or drop down. He's going on tour with 50 Cent and a couple of other people, Fabulous. I mean, that's kind of like a recipe for disaster. I don't know. What do you guys think? Here's my poll question for this particular video. Do you think Chris Brown is in trouble and is addicted to drugs? Yes or no? Answer the poll question. Do you think Chris Brown is addicted to drugs and that he's desperately in trouble? Yes or no? When I come back, and I'm sure that this will be an ongoing story, I will give you guys your results. And actually, when you click on the poll question, the results come up. So yeah, leave your comments below. Definitely know what you think. And yeah, like this button. Like this video. Yeah, not this button, but like this video, subscribe if you aren't already. And make sure that you have a great, wonderful day. This is the last time that I will see you. Deuces!